So, you're diving into Microsoft Azure. You already know it's this massive universe of services. But with all that incredible power, how do you actually manage it all? Well, in this explainer, we're going to demystify the powerful set of tools you have so you can really take control.
I mean, just think of Azure as this sprawling, vibrant digital city. It's absolutely packed with everything you could possibly need. Virtual machines, databases, AI services, complex networking, you name it. It's incredibly powerful, but just like any big city, it needs a way to be governed and organized.
And that's the big question, isn't it? When you're the one responsible for keeping the lights on, for deploying new apps, managing the costs, you need the right set of controls. You can't just wander around aimlessly. So how do you take command of this incredible cloud universe?
And this really gets us to the heart of the cloud management challenge. See, it's not just about having a bunch of tools. It's about understanding the problem they're designed to solve, managing complexity at a massive, massive scale.
This right here frames the problem perfectly. Let's say you need to create a single virtual machine, a VM. That's easy, right? You can click through a web page, fill out a couple of forms, and boom, you're done. But what happens when your boss says you need to deploy 50 identical VMs by the end of the day? Clicking through a portal 50 times, that's not just slow, it's a recipe for disaster and human error. This is exactly where a simple interface hits its limit.
Okay, so let's start with the most common entry point for pretty much everyone. This is the visual command center for your Azure environment, the Azure Portal. The Azure Portal is exactly what it sounds like. It's a website. It's this really comprehensive graphical interface where you can see everything you have running, create new stuff with just a few clicks, and manage all the settings. Just think of it as the main dashboard for your entire Azure world.
So where does the portal really shine? Well, first off, it's incredibly easy to use. This makes it perfect for beginners or when you just need to manage one or two specific things. Second, its visualization tools are fantastic for getting a quick health check on your services. And finally, because it's web-based, you can get to it from pretty much any device with a browser. Windows, a Mac, even a Chromebook.
But, like we saw with our 50 VM problem, a graphical interface has its limits. When you need speed, when you need repeatability, when you need automation, you have to speak the cloud's native language. And that language is code. Let's dig into how that works.
This is the whole reason command line tools exist. It's all about automation. Instead of clicking buttons, you write scripts. These are just repeatable sets of instructions that can perform really complex tasks, like deploying dozens of resources, and they do it flawlessly every single time. This is the foundation of something called infrastructure as code, basically treating your whole environment like software that can be versioned, reviewed, and reliably deployed.
Now, Azure gives you two main flavors for this, Azure PowerShell and the Azure Command Line Interface, or CLI. And this is a really key concept to get. Underneath the hood, they're almost identical. Both are powerful scripting tools that talk to the exact same Azure engine. The only real difference is the syntax. So if you come from a Windows world and you love PowerShell, you'll use that. If you're a Linux pro who lives in a bash shell, the Azure CLI is going to feel right at home. It's all about your preference, not about capability.
Okay, so we've got a visual portal for easy tasks and these powerful command line tools for automation. But what if you need that power without being chained to your main computer? Let's look at how you can manage Azure from, well, literally anywhere.
This is where Azure Cloud Shell comes in, and honestly, it's a total game changer. Imagine having a fully configured PowerShell or CLI terminal available instantly, right inside your web browser on any computer. There's no installation, no setup, you just open a URL, log in, and you have the full power of Azure scripting right at your fingertips. It's amazing.
Now, on the other end of that anywhere spectrum is the Azure Mobile App. Look, this isn't for writing complex scripts. This is your pocket toolkit. It's designed for quickly monitoring the health of your services, checking on alerts, or performing super simple, urgent tasks, like restarting a VM right from your phone. And I love this quote because it sums it up perfectly. You're not going to deploy a whole new environment from the dinner table. But if an alert pops up and you need to quickly restart a server to fix a problem, the mobile app is exactly the right tool for that specific job. It's all about those quick, tactical actions when you're on the go.
So, we've covered the portal, PowerShell, the CLI, Cloud Shell, and the mobile app. That's a lot of options. And you're probably thinking, okay, which one should I use and when? So let's break that down right now. This table is basically your cheat sheet. Think of the Azure Portal as your visual dashboard. It's perfect for one-off tasks and just getting started. PowerShell and the CLI, those are your power drills, absolutely essential for heavy-duty, repeatable automation. The Cloud Shell is your portable toolkit, which gives you access to those power drills from any browser. And the mobile app, well, that's your emergency remote for quick checks and fixes from anywhere. All right, pop quiz time. Let's see if this is sticking. First scenario. You need to deploy 50 identical web servers for a new application launch. What tool are you grabbing?
Yep, PowerShell or the CLI. Absolutely. This is a textbook case for automation. You'd write a script to make sure every single server is configured exactly the same way, and you'd get it done in a tiny fraction of the time it would take to click through the portal.
Okay, next up. You're in a taxi, on your way to the airport, and you get a critical alert on your phone. How do you quickly check the status of whatever's going wrong?
You got it. You pull out your phone, you open the Azure Mobile App, and you get an immediate status update. You might even be able to restart the service right then and there. It's all about speed and convenience. And last one, you're brand new to Azure. You just want to explore a little bit, set up your very first simple virtual machine. Where do you start?
The portal, of course. It's the most intuitive, least intimidating way to get started. That web interface is going to guide you through all the options and help you understand the process visually before you ever have to write a single line of code.
So look, the key takeaway from all this is that having all these different tools isn't meant to be confusing. It's about empowerment. It means that whether you're a beginner who loves a graphical interface, a developer who lives in the command line, or an admin who needs to fix a problem from a restaurant, Azure has a tool that was designed specifically for you and for your task.
And really, that's the ultimate question, isn't it? Once you realize you have this complete workshop of tools at your disposal, the only limit is your own imagination. So what amazing things are you going to build now that you know how to choose the right tool for the job?